Hello there, I'm Joshua Swanson, CEO of Go to My Apartment, and welcome to our series called Inside the Developer's Head, where we walk down the road less traveled, interviewing intriguing developers and learning the ins and outs of building innovative communities. In our first episode, we interviewed Todd Taylor. He's the Director of Development for Wood Partners in the Arizona-Nevada region, and we caught up with him at a new community called Alta Scottsdale in the clubhouse. Now, the community is under construction, of course, so please excuse the background noise and the setting, but we actually found it kind of charming. So the first question to Todd was, why Scottsdale?
Scottsdale in the last 5 to 10 years has really converted itself into sort of a hub for Gen Y and where Gen Y wants to be from an entertainment perspective, a dining perspective, retail, nightlife. It's a huge magnet, you know, arguably the biggest magnet in the state of Arizona. The hard surface flooring, we think has a great feel to it. You know, a lot of communities are doing sort of a darker wood look. We chose the lighter gray because we think that it frankly opens up the unit and has a more airy feel while retaining sort of a classic look to it. The pendant lighting has more of a contemporary feel to it, kind of a modern feel that we think ties in nicely to the rest of the unit. And then we have the GE stainless appliances that are energy efficient. They're rated for that. And so the resident will enjoy some energy efficiency and ultimately they will see some savings. And what we really like and think is going to be totally unique is the backsplash, which is a porcelanosa backsplash, which under the right lighting conditions sort of sparkles and is really a cool element to the apartment home. And so what we've tried to do here is we've tried to rationalize and reimagine the mailroom and turn it into a place where you can have actual live interaction with your fellow residents in the apartment community. I think we're thinking about marketing earlier on than we ever have. And you know, with social media and those sorts of phenomenons that weren't necessarily, or certainly weren't nearly as impactful or prominent last cycle, this cycle I think it's important to get on the front of the marketing of any particular property. And I think you know, it has to be well rationalized. And you know, I think our demographic recognizes when things are well done and when they aren't well done. The entire community is a reflection of themselves and their personality and when they have their friends over. And you know, I live here, and so certainly the marketing and the online presence of that goes a long way to creating that which will appeal to who you think and hope the tenants can ultimately be. Coming up with that brand and then putting together marketing materials that support and sort of underscore the image that you're trying to create. I think we've done a really good job at Alta Scottsdale doing that with some of the lifestyle photos and just the way the web page lays out, the fonts that are chosen, the colors. I mean, you know, all of that stuff is important. If you're pinning me down to one thing, it's location. I mean, that's not a revolutionary answer, but you know, at the end of the day, you can have the prettiest building in the world, but like I said, if it's in the middle of nowhere in Harquahala County, you're just not going to get any tenants. You could screw a building up from a design perspective, an amenity perspective, a unit perspective, but if you're at the corner of Main and Main, you're still probably going to do okay.
Interesting stuff, right? I was really intrigued to hear Todd talk about how early they introduce marketing into the conversation with these new developments. And I also appreciated how understanding the vibe you're creating with your brand speaks to people at their core. That was good insight. Of course, being a marketing guy, I care about that stuff. Also, I thought it was interesting how the development world has woken up to the importance of those community amenities. People are staring at screens all day, and whether they admit it or not, having access to an inviting clubhouse or an interesting mailroom where conversations with other humans can randomly take place is attractive to millennial renters. Many thanks go out to Todd Taylor from Wood Partners for taking the time to be a part of our series. For more on Alta Scottsdale, visit altascottsdale.com. And also be sure you subscribe to our newsletter to keep up on our industry blogs, and feel free to comment below or hit us up on social to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you online.